Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of MidJourney Madlibs. With me, as always, is my best friend and my co-host, Brent. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm wonderful. My house is clean. I have freaking incredible art. It's just kind of good.
I'm sick, but we're going to do this anyway, and you guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into those Madlibs. We then take those sentences, we run them through MidJourney. We create art, we get together, we share it with each other, and we laugh. And that's the show, and we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a thumbs up button. It just means you like the video. And if you're clicking on that, look right next to it. There's a subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button too. That really helps out the channel. And if you really want to be thorough, you can click the notification bell. That'll let you know when new videos get posted to the channel. And if you look in the description of the video, there's a link to a Discord. Join the Discord. We have a great community there of cool people who like to chit chat about all kinds of stuff. So come and join us. We'd love to meet you.
I finally found it.
Awesome.
He's like, you're in it. And I'm like, I am? Anyway, so yes, I am up. And I hope you like mushrooms.
I do, actually.
Because it is Mario Land, and there is some Yayoi Kusama blended in here with my artist.
So lots of polka dots.
We're about
spotted mushrooms. It's kind of perfect. That's how they look in the Mario games.
Yeah, I had to like downplay her a little bit because she was just running away with the whole thing. So this is the plot of Super Mario Brothers in the style of TxTygrr cartoons, with a blend with Yayoi Kusama from last season. Tex Avery, born Frederick Bean Avery on February 28th, 1908 in Taylor, Texas, is a legendary figure in the world of animation, known for his groundbreaking work that redefined the medium and brought a new level of humor and creativity to animated films. Avery's innovative approach to animation had a lasting impact on the industry and continues to influence animators today. Avery's interest in art and animation began at an early age. He attended North Dallas High School, where he contributed cartoons to the school's yearbook. After high school, Avery briefly attended the Art Institute of Chicago before moving to California to pursue a career in animation. He started working at the Walter Lantz studio, where he contributed to the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit series. In 1935, Avery joined Warner Brothers, where he would create some of the most iconic work. At Warner Brothers, Avery was part of the famous Termite Terrace group of animators, known for their experimental and often irreverent approach to animation. It was here that Avery helped shape the personalities of some of the studio's most beloved characters, including Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig. Avery's cartoons were characterized by their fast-paced action, exaggerated expressions, and wild, surreal humor. He broke away from the more realistic animation style of the time, introducing elements like extreme visual gags, breaking the fourth wall, and self-referential humor. His 1940 cartoon, A Wild Hare, is widely considered the first true Bugs Bunny cartoon and set the tone for the character's future appearances. In 1941, Avery moved to MGM, where he continued to push the boundaries of animation. At MGM, Avery created some of his most famous characters and cartoons, including Droopy Dog, Screwy Squirrel, and the Wolf and Red Hot Riding Hood from Red Hot Riding Hood in 1943. His work at MGM was marked by an even greater emphasis on exaggerated, zany humor and innovative visual gags. Avery's MGM cartoons were known for their impeccable timing, inventive use of sound effects, and breakneck pacing. His ability to combine absurdity with precision made his work stand out and earned him a reputation as one of the greatest animators of all time. Tex Avery's influence on animation is immeasurable. He transformed the medium, showing that cartoons could be more than just simple stories for children. His emphasis on humor, timing, and visual creativity paved the way for future generations of animators and directors. The techniques and styles he developed are still used in animation today, and his cartoons remain beloved classics. Avery's work has inspired countless animators, including Chuck Jones, John Lasseter, and many others in the industry. His legacy lives on through the timeless appeal of his cartoons, which continue to entertain audiences with their wit, charm, and unbridled imagination. Tex Avery's contributions to animation are monumental. His innovative approach, memorable characters, and unique sense of humor have left a lasting flourish on the world of animation, making him a true pioneer and a beloved figure in the history of the medium. So now, I guess it's time that you should enjoy TxTygrr's Madlib in the style of Tex Avery. So yeah, you can see that he has major clout in the animation world, and I tried really hard to share anything that came out looking sort of like his stuff, so let's get started. Okay. Like my shirt?
I do.
Alrighty, so this is the plot of Super Mario Bros. One day, the kingdom of creepy mushroom people was pounced on by the Koopa.
I just love the idea that it's the kingdom of creepy mushroom people. Love it. That is weird.
It is so bizarrely weird.
What's funny is I can see both influences really clearly. Like the anatomy and the way the thing is shaped, especially the thing in the front, is very Tex Avery, but the coloration and the spots and the dots and everything is very Kusama. So it's really nicely blended.
And you've got very obvious Mario elements. A tribe of marbles, famous for their golden magic.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and it's a Koopa. It's absolutely a Koopa, and it has little golden marbles that look kind of like Dragon Balls, which is weird because Toriyama is my artist for Thursday, and he created Dragon Ball. So, interesting. Nice little crossover.
I also like how it's doing this reflection thing down there, which is something kind of unique. That's also a word that I gave Patrick for these not maybe this Madlib, but his next one, but the one after maybe. But I thought we had several common words over this
that
period,
happens,
which is funny.
That happens sometimes. If you've watched the previous seasons, you know that sometimes we end up having our telepathy get the better of us, and we end up doing the same thing at the same time. Like when we had the whole episode was about wine once, because he chose a wine Madlib and I chose a wine Madlib. We didn't plan that; it just kind of happened.
Or the Christmas episode where we picked the same carol.
Yes, we did that. We absolutely did that.
The quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere roach motels. Coasters.
Ew.
I picked this one because the artwork is just so like no one else. I mean, this just blended it so blendily that
it's not discernible as one or the other anymore. I mean, it's a little Kusama
probably runs to the front.
Yes, because it's a little surrealist, and she's kind of very surreal, especially those sculptures she did with the mirror scapes with all the weird shapes and everything. So I can see that. This actually does remind me of, oh my god.
I know, it seems so familiar.
It does, and I think, hang on one second.
The quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere roach motels, coasters, and even field horsehair tramp stamps. And the mushroom kingdom fell into ruin.
Darn those tramp stamps. Oh, that's so Tex Avery.
Yeah, that's why I went with this one, because I whenever I got something that was very reminiscent of him, I almost definitely leaned into it because he needs to be represented here. And it's still hilarious. Like they're like, it fell into ruin. Why are you like dancing?
Because everything dances in a TxTygrr cartoon. Remember, it's all set to music and they all go. They're always dancing and moving. Yeah.
The only one who can skedaddle the big puffy hat spell on the mushroom people.
Oh.
I mean,
that's a weird hat. It's a combination hat and collar. And
yeah.
And wait, her legs slash arms.
Yeah, there's some problems.
Her legs
but
slash
I chose
arm.
it because she looks a lot like the TxTygrr pinups that he would do. Like, you know, like
yeah.
Bunny would go and drag.
Yeah.
Or, you know. But, so that's why I chose that. But yeah, it is pretty, also just a little bit cubist, abstract, kind of.
To say the least.
And return them to their normal selves is Princess Jiminy, the daughter of the Mushroom King. Princess Jiminy. So
that's cute.
Yeah, I really like this one because this felt a lot like those very old cartoons where, you know, they would have like the dancing food sometimes. It looks a little bit like Snow White. However, she is presently in the hands of the artificial Koopa Turtle King. She doesn't seem particularly upset about this.
Well, there is a running theory that the reason why the princess is constantly being abducted by Bowser is because her and Bowser are actually a couple, and Mario is always the one that's stealing her away.
Oh my.
It's one of those weird theories.
We have some fan art.
She also has pointed ears, so it's like it doesn't really realize whether she's supposed to be Princess Peach or if she's supposed to be Princess Zelda.
Tilly sets out on a quest to free the Mushroom Princess from the heavyset Koopa.
Wow.
Rude, no body shaming.
And I don't think I want my
goes
mom to
Tilly.
do that. I'd be too worried about my mom doing that.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever had a Madlib that asked for someone's mom's name.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
And I also thought it was weird because I think this should be Mario, so I have no idea why they went with
Right.
Mom. But anyway, this is Tilly, and this is looks like a pretty heavy set Koopa here.
Yeah.
I mean, so Tilly takes a turn, like you think she's doing good, but wait for this. Tilly sets out on a quest to free the Mushroom Princess from the heavyset Koopa and kick the fallen kingdom of the Mushroom People.
Oh. She got very angry all of a sudden.
I'm like,
And
she's taking everybody out.
And she stole Mario's hat, too.
And that was so funny because there's like nothing
Yeah,
about
there's nothing
Mario
about
in it.
Mario.
You
She
know?
just-
Like
That's
I
weird.
never, ever, ever said Mario in any of this except for when I was creating the art.
the title, yeah, the title
I mean, for the title art.
yeah.
So here we go with some amazing, amazing honorable mentions.
Oh my gosh, the giant Bowser at the top left is cool. And that looks like a TxTygrr version
that's-
of Luigi right in front. That's so awesome.
Ah, yes, it's the creepy mushroom people.
Well, that certainly fits. I would not want to walk
Yeah,
through that
and-
field. I'd be afraid that someone would bite my ankle.
And this is when I realized that I was going to have to tone down Yayoi Kusama a little bit. A tribe of marbles, famous for their golden magic.
Cute. It's like a little model.
Get your
you have on
action
your desk.
figure right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere roach motels, coasters. And I chose this one because
that's
it
also
does
weird.
look like some Tex Avery cartoons, but it's the only one that has like buggy-looking things that could be like roaches in a motel. And even horsehair tramp stamps, and the Mushroom Kingdom fell into ruin.
Wow. So those are her arms? Her arms turn into giant mushrooms? Or no, wait, because then she has. Well, what is this thing sticking out between her knees? Are those her hands? Because those look like they come out of her shoulder, like she's holding up the mushroom things. Oh, that's really weird.
The only one who can skedaddle the big puffy hat spell on the mushroom people.
That's cute. She's like the local
So
witch who
weird.
gathers the mushrooms for different remedies. Oh gosh, she's very sassy.
Yeah. However, she is presently in the hands of the artificial Koopa Turtle King. Now, this one is not quite as happy.
No, she's very sassy, very unhappy and very sassy with her crossed arms and her big pouty lips. Uh-oh, there's a not safe for work edition. Okay.
This one is Tilly sets out on a quest to free the Mushroom Princess from the heavyset Koopa. Tilly, put your shirt on.
Tilly needs to put a shirt on.
So you may recognize this one here. That's the one where she had the stuff growing out of her.
Yeah. And then that one looks like a mushroom with a bunch of ice cream on top of it.
It's the big puppy hat spell.
Oh, okay.
This one was Tilly sets out on a quest to show us her butt.
Yep, full on Mario ass.
I was like, oh, okay. I don't think this is. I guess some would consider it not safe for work, but this is absolutely beautiful, and I feel like it's a great way to end this Madlib.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it's that same vibe as the one you showed me I showed you before the video.
Right. Yeah, this is cool.
I just thought it was very beautiful. Also, like how it does that circle thing, and she's like outside
of it. Yeah,
like she's going into this. That was the plot of Super Mario Brothers.
That was great. That was fun.
And I thought it was also be cool since this is Paddycake Games, and we got a game.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people started playing that. So, I am done.
Well, I hear Lady Shablagoo has one more story to tell us before we take a break.
She does.
All right, well, let's see what she's going to tell us. And now, Southern Fried Scary Tales with Lady Shablagoo.
Well, hello, darlings. Can you believe it's the last time you'll hear one of my stories this half of the season? Well, neither can I. I mean, this should have already been done, but there was hurricanes and other unhappy events visited upon Paddycake, and now here we are. I was gonna tell y'all an especially terrifying story concerning the Choctaw tribe and a certain tall hairy biped, but they have several mythological creatures in their lore that will certainly help y'all understand how they ended up in a scuffle with the granddaddy of American cryptids. Now, some of these are more weird than terrifying, but sometimes weird is terrifying. How many times have you screamed when a basically harmless cockroach appears out of nowhere? I know, cockroaches can bite, but it's very rare. Moving on before I give us all nightmares. And yes, please, if you are of Choctaw descent and know the language, please forgive an old lady for any mispronunciations. The first of these creatures is the Bopoli, or Kawi Anukasha. Both terms refer to a mischievous little man about 2 feet high who liked to throw things at people. Sounds like my son when he was a tyke. Most unexplained sounds in the woods were attributed to Bopoli. Now, one interesting thing you might like to know about the Bopoli was that he was seen only by the prophets and shaman. However, he was known to steal little children, take them into the woods, and teach them about herbs. Afterward, the children would return to their homes. They usually would grow up to become the healers of the tribe. Now, that's one way to attend medical school, and it sounds much less expensive. Then there were the Kasha Hotapolo, who was a combination of deer and human. This one was admired for its speed and agility, but it also enjoyed frightening hunters. Also, it wasn't wise to anger this deer man, as he was known to race ahead and warn enemies or animals being hunted. Sounds rather petty to me. He was described as having deer hooves, the body of a man, and a small shriveled head and face. It would sneak up on unwary hunters and scream like a woman. My! Aqua Nahalo were the white people of the water and supposedly lived deep in pools. They had white skins like the underside of a trout. If they captured you, they would turn you into one of them. The Choctaw attributed many things to various animals as well. Black squirrels caused eclipses. 2 huge birds called Eloha and Melatha were responsible for thunder and lightning, and that's what their names meant. The Choctaw originally lived in Mississippi and Alabama, but many of them were forcibly moved to Oklahoma during the period known as the Trail of Tears. They settled in eastern Oklahoma just a few hours northwest of Fouke, Arkansas. And so, in the late 1840s and early 1850s, the Choctaw and farmers in Arkansas began reporting encounters with a large, hairy creature in the woods. For years, they would ignore the creatures, as they usually left most people alone, But stealing livestock or doing minor damage to homesteads was what they did. In 1855, however, things came to a head, and the Choctaw were finally forced to go to war with Bigfoot. Now y'all better come back for the second half of Season 4 and more Southern Fried Scary Tales and the exciting story of this unconventional war. Bye, y'all.
Well, Lady Shablagoo, thank you so much for that story. I am really looking forward to you coming back after the break to tell us some more scary stories, because this has been fun. It's my turn to do my Madlib now, and while we did Super Mario Brothers for the first half of the episode, second half of the episode is Dollar Store Super Mario Brothers, or, Super Mario Brothers from Wish or Temu. So this is the excellent Antonio Triplets, and my art is in the style of Caravaggio. Michelangelo Merisi da Caravaggio, also known as just Caravaggio, was born on September 29, 1571 in Milan, where his father worked as a household administrator and architect-decorator. In order to escape a plague in Milan, his family relocated in 1576, and a year later his father and grandfather died on the same day, leaving his mother to raise 5 children in poverty. In 1584, Caravaggio began a 4-year apprenticeship to Simone Peterzano. During this time, he stayed in the Milan region, where he became familiar with the art treasures of Milan, including Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and with the regional Lombard art style. In 1592, Caravaggio left Milan for Rome in flight after certain quarrels and the wounding of a police officer. This is a story I would love to hear, but sadly there's no info about it I can find online. During this period, he stayed with the miserly Pandolfo Pucci, known as Monsignor Insalata. A few months later, he was performing hack work for the highly successful Giuseppe Cesari, painting flowers and fruit in his factory-like workshop. In Rome, there was a demand for paintings to fill the many huge new churches and palaces being built at the time. Caravaggio's innovation was a radical naturalism that combined close physical observation with a dramatic, even theatrical use of tenebrism, or the shift of light to dark with little to no intermediate value. The Fortune Teller, his first composition with more than one figure, shows a boy having his palm read by a Romani girl who is stealthily removing his ring as she strokes his hand. The theme was quite new for Rome and proved immensely influential over the next century and beyond. However, at the time, Caravaggio sold it for practically nothing. The Card Sharps, showing another naive youth of privilege falling victim to card cheats, is even more psychologically complex and perhaps Caravaggio's first true masterpiece. Caravaggio's first paintings on religious themes returned to realism and the emergence of remarkable spirituality. The first of these was the Penitent Magdalene, showing Mary Magdalene at the moment when she has turned from her life as a courtesan and sits weeping on the floor, her jewels scattered around her. It was followed by others in the same style: St. Catherine, Martha and Mary Magdalene, and St. Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, to name a few. These works, while viewed by a comparatively limited circle, increased Caravaggio's fame with both connoisseurs and his fellow artists. Caravaggio's tenebrism brought high drama to his subjects, while his acutely observed realism brought a new level of emotional intensity. On November 28, 1600, while living at the Palazzo Madama with his patron, Cardinal Del Monte, Caravaggio beat a nobleman guest of the cardinal with a club, resulting in an official complaint to the police. In fact, Caravaggio led a tumultuous life. He was notorious for brawling, even in a time and place when such behavior was commonplace, and the transcripts of his police records and trial proceedings fill many pages. On May 29, 1606, Caravaggio killed a young man, possibly unintentionally, resulting in his fleeing Rome with a death sentence hanging over him. The cause of Caravaggio's death was a matter of controversy and rumor at the time, and has been a matter of historical debate and study ever since. Contemporary rumors held that either the Tomassoni family or the Knights had him killed in revenge. Traditionally, historians have long thought he died of syphilis. Some have said he had malaria or possibly brucellosis from unpasteurized dairy. Some scholars have argued that Caravaggio was actually attacked and killed by the same enemies that had been pursuing him. In any case, this extraordinarily interesting man left a huge impact on art at the time of his career, and that influence has lasted until today. So let's celebrate that with a Madlib with art in the style of Caravaggio. This was really hilarious. So here we go. The excellent Antonio Triplets. Alfonso. Prince Grape has been kidnapped. Time to hop in the go-kart and go to Silly City.
Wow.
That's
Hop
Prince
in
Grape.
go-kart.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the
It's
grapes. The grapes on the
pretty
set.
accurate.
But it's like a modern go-kart. This is like a go-kart from that era. If they existed back then, which they didn't.
And go-kart is a great word for this. Like, I wasn't sure where it would fit, but yeah, I like
Oh, dude, do
because
you
that
know
would be
how
something more like kids would ride.
Let me tell you something though. Like just with go-kart and Prince Grape, I got so many pictures that looked like they were from Wreck-It Ralph because, you know, it's about a go-kart racing game. Anyway, Giovanni says, "No, Alfonso, we are electricians from my backyard. We're not some kind of heroes."
Okay. That is quite funny.
Yeah.
So instead of plumbers, they're electricians.
Yeah, they're electricians instead of plumbers. Sal says, "We are triplets who cavort when duty calls."
Sorry.
They definitely look like they cavort.
That is funny. And they all have these kind of comical looking faces. So it seems they just have to lean into because we all kind of goofy, so we just should act like it too.
Right. If the Brussels sprout kingdom needs us, then we will strap chickens on our knees and do the job.
That's still... It's funny because that would be about how a Brussels sprout would look like next to a chicken.
That's right.
Maybe a little smaller, but still, that's funny. I love it.
But it's also, the chicken is anthropomorphized because it's wearing clothing and it has arms, but the arms actually look like chicken talons, like the hands, which is
it's
really weird.
kind of interesting.
Giovanni says, "But the salamander queen can dance."
I mean, not totally, but I'm definitely getting some Botticelli vibes here.
Watch season 1 for what that's all about.
But that's definitely more of an anole than a salamander. But okay.
Yeah, well, it also has
Even
6
if it
legs.
does have 6 legs.
Yeah, it has 6 legs. Well, she also has 3 legs, which is, we're not going to mention that. But that's probably why she's such a good dancer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, one leg gets tired, just like bend the knee and let the other one take over.
Exactly. She has funky cheeks. What can we do? Throw a sofa at her?
Okay, so, I mean, y'all, Patrick has not made the video that you watched about Caravaggio quite yet. So I'm just like, did he paint a lot of people with their eyes bulging out? Because I've seen this a lot.
Not really. This looks a lot like him, but no, he didn't do the bulging eyes on everybody. No.
Find some bulging eyes. No.
No. And I did try zooming this out, but the non-zoomed out was way funnier than anything that I did from the zoom out, so I just kept it.
Oh.
Alfonso says, "Brother, we must be like the golden macaque or retriever." Wow,
that's
one or the other.
Dog.
Is it a golden macaque or a
No.
golden retriever?
I'm not gonna lie, the guy has very macaque-like features.
Yes, he does. We'll sneak up on her with our sour milk guns, and then...
Man, I would love to have seen some sour milk. She's a little lackluster there.
Yeah, she doesn't look very happy about what she's doing. Also, she might just be upset because her hand is backwards. It's kind of hard to hold a gun when your hand's backwards.
Yeah, and also, she's the one that's about to get shot with sour milk. So maybe she's looking like, oh, not the sour milk gun. It's like,
When she is resting in her sadness, we will strike.
I mean, I mean, you got to
there-
win, but it
there-
still seems a little unfair.
There are much more comfortable places to rest in your sadness than just laying on the floor.
Well, I mean, I guess she's prostrating herself.
Sal says, personally, I look forward to grinning her beautiful minions. Let's do it for Prince Grape.
And he's grinning.
I got some maniacal grins from this prompt.
So did a princess kiss him?
Huh?
I mean, he was a frog earlier.
Oh, that's true. He was. Then Giovanni says, you both make very hideous points. It's time to be a barber for Prince Grape.
Well, she looks a little like a Romulan except for her ears.
This looks like Sarah Paulson's character from Apocalypse. Because she had that really severe haircut and the really severe, really Puritan-esque dress, you know? And she was very angry all the time. So that's what it made me think of. All right, so that is it for the Madlib.
Oh,
Ready for some honorable
just
mentions?
leapt out at me. Sure.
All right, here's the first one. This is we are electricians from my backyard. We're not some kind of heroes. I don't think she's dressed properly to be an electrician. Just saying.
No. And I don't think she's grounded properly either.
No, she's certainly not.
Oh,
We're triplets who cavort when duty calls.
y'all also are really angry.
Yes, they're incredibly angry and they're screaming at the top of their lungs.
Have they ever
have.
cavorted before?
Probably not.
Or is duty calling? Maybe that's what it is. Because, I mean, you should look happier when you cavort. I mean, I'm not going to demonstrate.
Oh yes, these are also triplets who cavort when duty calls. And I had to include this one because who thought Caravaggio was going to give me a thirst trap, but he did.
They also look like they're asleep rather than cavorting.
They kind of do.
But maybe duty hasn't called yet.
Yeah, we're just not going to mention the knee of the guy on the
We're
far
not.
left. No, not gonna mention that.
Or the absence of his other leg.
Yeah. The Brussels sprouts.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's the Brussels sprout kingdom. I think next time I make Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna do this. Make little Brussels sprout figures and.
So cute.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Strap chickens to our knees and do the job in the Brussels sprout kingdom.
That seems a little risque there, Mr. Rooster.
Does it? I didn't think it was risque. I thought it was kind of gross.
Okay.
But the salamander queen can dance.
Also, well,
It's kind of a
it's
frog.
sort of salamander. It is a frog with a tail, so at least
Yeah.
it's an amphibian.
Yeah.
But
She's got big ass
feet are
feet
really
too.
big.
Yeah, she's got big feet.
I mean, I can't talk, but still, girl does. Oh,
We'll sneak up on her with our sour milk guns.
not if she doesn't sneak
Not
up on
if
you with
she
her
doesn't do it
tomato soup
first.
gun.
And what is
Wow.
that thing in the background in the painting? It's like a weird ball thing.
It looks like an ood from Doctor
Oh,
Who.
it does. It looks like an ood. Same prompts.
Okay, girl.
So, you
She
know
looks
what
like
this?
Somebody's very angry mama.
You know what this immediately made me think of? I don't know if you'll get the reference. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do you get the reference?
No. But-
Leave us a comment if you get that reference.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll tell you after the show.
drop it in the channel.
This is You Both Make Very Hideous
The
Points.
barber.
It's time to be a barber for Prince Grape.
Boy. Well, they've got a lot of instruments there.
Well, you know, the
Dig it.
barber used to do rudimentary surgery as well as haircuts.
Barber
So-
surgeons.
Yep.
And especially in that time period. So,
Mhm.
wow, MidJourney. Go
Right.
MidJourney.
Go MidJourney. All right, that is it. That's it for my Madlib tonight.
Awesome. Well, I got to say, you weren't feeling that great. And I'm glad that we were able to cheer you up.
It helped a little bit. But you know what would make me feel even better? If you guys would click on like and subscribe before you leave, and then come back Thursday for the mid-season finale of Season 4 of MidJourney Madlibs. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye!
Like and subscribe.
The algorithm demands it.